Babul Supriyo, BJP's Asansol MP, who was dropped as a union minister in the recent cabinet reshuffle, says his alvida to politics. Centre reviews COVID situation in 10 states which are showing upsurge in positivity. 46 districts are showing more than 10% positivity. Stricter restrictions to follow in these areas. Assam Chief Minister responds to the FIR filed against him in Mizoram, says happy to join probe, but it should be done by a neutral central agency. Raids being carried out across Jammu and Kashmir at 14 locations over investigations linked in 2 cases. They come weeks after an attack at the Indian military facility at the Air Force Base in Jammu. It's rain fury across the country. Heavy rains leave Ranchi roads flooded. A major road in the national capital caves in, while landslides in Uttarkashi Gangotri highway. Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Sonal Mehrotra Kapoor. To the big story that we are tracking tonight, the big and the rather sudden political development of the day. Babul Supriyo, the BJP Asansol MP, who was recently dropped as a union minister in the cabinet reshuffle, has said his alvida to politics altogether. In a Facebook post, the Bollywood singer turned politician said he's quitting politics and made it very clear that he would not be joining any other political party. His farewell post was mostly in Bengali and had a musical twist to it as well. But this sudden decision is making many wonder what made Supriyo's political career go off tune suddenly.
He came into politics in March 2014 with a song on his lips. July 2021, he says he is quitting, saying goodbye to it all. Alvida, he signed off in his long Bengali Facebook post Saturday afternoon. Babul Supriyo, singer turned politician, once BJP's poster boy in Bengal, union minister, suddenly it is all over.
I, Babul Supriyo, do swear in the name of God that I will bear
Drama, says the Trinamool Congress.
This is a clear gimmick. And instead of submitting resignation to the Honorable Speaker, he is using the Facebook platform only to attract his Delhi leaders.
In his Facebook post, Babul Supriyo says he is resigning from politics and as an MP, he is not joining any other party, he says. He is a one-party man.
So they're all together.
So why is he quitting? Not, he writes, because he was bargaining for a position in the party or government. Partially, he admits, because he was dropped in the last cabinet reshuffle, but mostly because he feels BJP in Bengal doesn't need him anymore. And, of course, differences of opinion with the BJP leadership in the state. The BJP, lately facing some severe internal bloodletting in Bengal, played it all down.
উনি আছেন, উনি এখন লোকসভায়ও আছেন, আমাদের সহকর্মীও আছেন, এমপিও আছেন। বললে বলবেন আমাকে, এরকম খবর রোজ অনেক কিছু আসে। রিজাইন লেটার দিয়েছেন, আমি জানি না সেজন্য এই ব্যাপারে কিছু।
ये कारण क्या है ये तो वही सही बता पाएंगे और मेरी उनसे बात नहीं हुई है।
Since his Facebook post, Babul Supriyo has been incommunicado. Certainly, the singer's political career seems to have suddenly gone out of tune. In Kolkata, Monideepa Banerjee, NDTV.
So that's all I've got to say.
Our other lead story tonight is from the northeast, almost a week since the violent border dispute between Assam and Mizoram, and there seems to be no de-escalation of tensions. Though things at the border remain calm at the moment, last night in an unprecedented move, Mizoram fielded, and in fact a case of attempt to murder and assault against the Assam Chief Minister. Just hours earlier, Assam police had summoned 6 top Mizoram officials, and today in response, the Assam Chief Minister said he is ready to join a probe provided it's done by a central agency.
It's an unprecedented move by the Mizoram police an FIR against Chief Minister of Assam, Himanta Biswa Sarma, days after police forces of both states clashed in the border area less than a week back. Hours later, Himanta Biswa Sarma tweeted, "Will be very happy to join in any investigation," but asked why the case is not being handed over to a neutral agency.
जो जगह में झगड़ा हुआ था वो जगह असम का था और असम का है, तो इसीलिए असम पुलिस का ही वो जुरिडिक्शन बनता है केस के लिए। लेकिन अगर कोई केस रजिस्टर हुआ है तो अच्छा है, एनआईए जांच करेगा।
Himanta Biswa Sarma, his 6 top officials and 200 unnamed Assam police personnel have been booked under serious sections of the IPC, including attempt to murder and criminal conspiracy. 6 Assam officials have also been summoned by Mizoram police.
So Ministry of Home Affairs intervened and announced the buffer zone, and Mizoram police also fire back as an act of self-defense.
Assam too has filed a case and has already summoned Mizoram MP Wanlal Vena and 6 state officials for investigation.
We have been fired, our people killed, and they are filing FIR against us only. So this shows that they want to prove things which is not true.
Meanwhile, support is coming in for both sides from rather unexpected quarters. Assam Chief Minister got support from his most vocal critic, activist turned MLA Akhil Gogoi. And a BJP MLA and minister from Meghalaya backed Mizoram stand.
বিধায়ক আহি ইয়াত উপস্থিত হৈছো। এই মুহূৰ্তত মোৰ ক'বলগীয়া প্ৰথম কথাটো হ'ল যে মুখ্যমন্ত্ৰীৰ ওপৰত গোচৰ দিয়াটো আমি কেতিয়াও মানি ল'ব নোৱাৰো। মুখ্যমন্ত্ৰীৰ ওপৰত গোচৰ উঠাই ল'ব লাগে।
Spirit should be there because we have to change here also, public and the police also. If these people of Assam, they keep on harassing our people in the border area.
While Assam is locked in this tense standoff with Mizoram, the Assam government and Nagaland government have agreed to withdraw forces from the disputed border area in Desoi Valley Reserved Forest. With Ratnadeep Chaudhary, Joshua Chin for NDTV.
Let's bring you the latest on COVID now, where Centre has reviewed the COVID-19 situation in 10 states, showing an upsurge in cases and also the positivity rate, highlighting the fact that there are 46 districts in the country that are showing more than 10% positivity and 53 that have positivity between 5 to 10%. Now, government has urged these states to ramp up their testing. Amongst other things, they have asked for stricter norms to be put out in these very areas and avoid any sort of intermingling and crowding. Testing has to be ramped up along with vaccination situation as well, especially for the vulnerable groups, and even the second vaccine dose coverage to be given on priority in these areas is the recommendation going out by the centre.
The central government has reviewed COVID-19 situation in 10 states that are either showing an upsurge in the number of positive cases or the positivity. These 10 states include Kerala, which is reporting almost half cases that are being reported across the country for the past 3 days. Other states are Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and states in the northeast part of the country, including Assam, Mizoram, Meghalaya and Manipur. There was a meeting that was held today. As far as this review meeting is concerned, it was attended by senior health ministry officials, including Rajesh Bhushan, the Union Health Secretary, Dr. Balram Bhargav, the Director General of ICMR and Director of National Health Mission, among others. As far as a slew of measures are concerned that were suggested by these experts were vaccination should be ramped up as far as the saturation of districts where highest positivity is being reported. And as far as these districts are concerned, there are 46 districts across the country that are reporting almost over 10% of positivity. There are 53 districts that are reporting approximately and positivity between 5 to 10%. So that is the most worrying thing as far as the health ministry is concerned. As far as the measures are concerned, private hospitals have been advised to set up oxygen plants in their personal capacity. As far as the tracking testing is concerned, it has to be ramped up in the areas where the number of cases are high. Also, the focus should be on home isolation. As far as the vaccination process is concerned, focus should be on the second dose of vaccination. These are certain measures that have been advised by the health ministry. But one of the most important thing that came out of this meeting was that in fact, strict vigilance is required by local administration and by state government, especially in the districts where high positivity is being reported, and there should be some strict measures to stop intermingling of people to avoid any further spread in the number of COVID cases, especially in states where very high positivity is being reported in the districts. Also, what measures are taken to enforce these decisions that have been suggested by the health ministry remains to be seen. But this is one of the most important meeting that has taken place in recent time as far as containing COVID-19 in the country is concerned. With camera person Ashok Mahale, I'm Akshay Dongre for NDTV.
And one state actually part of the list is Karnataka, which today revised its COVID guidelines to make a negative RT-PCR result not older than 72 hours mandatory for those entering the state from neighbouring Kerala and even Maharashtra. So if you're coming to Karnataka from either Kerala or Maharashtra, you will have to produce a negative RT-PCR test. Now, it doesn't matter if you're vaccinated or not, you will still be asked to produce that, is what the latest order by the government is. And talking about vaccines, now 1 crore vaccine doses have been given in Delhi ever since the inoculation drive began to cover nearly 50% of the national capital's adult population. That's what Arvind Kejriwal said today. While 76 lakh people have got at least one dose, 26 lakh in the city are now fully vaccinated against coronavirus. He shared that information, also congratulating the health workers for doing their bit.
जब से टीकाकरण कार्यक्रम शुरू हुआ था तब से लेके अब तक 1 करोड़ टीके लग चुके हैं। दिल्ली में मोटे मोटे तौर पे 2 करोड़ जनसंख्या है, जिसमें से 1.5 करोड़ लोग 18 वर्ष से ज्यादा उम्र के हैं जो कि टीका लगवाने के लिए एलिजिबल हैं। सो 1.5 करोड़ में से लगभग 74 लाख लोगों को एक टीका कम से कम लग चुका है, तो 50% पॉपुलेशन लगभग उसको एक टीका लगभग लग चुका है।
In other news, senior Janata Dal United MP Rajiv Ranjan Singh, or popularly known as Lallan Singh, has been appointed as the new national president of the party. Mr. Singh was elected as the new JDU president at the national executive meeting chaired by Nitish Kumar and held in the national capital. Now, celebrations began at the JDU office in Patna after the appointment of Lallan Singh as the new national president. Remember, earlier Union Minister RCP Singh stepped down from the post as a national president. This after he was inducted in the Union cabinet.
श्री RCP सिंह इसके पहले पार्टी का संगठन का काम देख रहे थे, अध्यक्ष के रूप में भी और संगठन के प्रभारी महासचिव के रूप में भी, और उस काम को जहां तक इन्होंने पहुंचाया है उसको आगे ले जाना, बिहार के गांव-गांव तक उसको पहुंचाना, अन्य प्रदेशों में भी इसको पहुंचाना, ये पार्टी की प्राथमिकता होगी। पार्टी के अंदर सभी नेताओं और सभी महत्वपूर्ण साथियों से विचार विमर्श, सलाह मशवरा के आधार पर संगठन को मजबूत किया जाएगा।
काम कर रहे थे, लेकिन जब केंद्र सरकार में वो मंत्री बने तो ये बात उनके मन में आई, और आज की जो मीटिंग थी उस मीटिंग में उन्होंने खुद ही कहा और प्रस्ताव भी रखा ललन जी का, लेकिन सब लोग थे, सर्वसम्मति से सब लोगों ने इसको स्वीकार किया, और उसके बाद सब कुछ के बाद हमने भी सब लोगों को बधाई दी।
तो मंत्रिमंडल में शामिल करने की जब बात होगी, एक ही व्यक्ति को शामिल करने की बात होगी, तो लोकसभा से जाएगा, न कि राज्यसभा से जाएगा। तो राज्यसभा से वो चले गए, लोकसभा के सदस्यों का अपमान हुआ, एक ढंग से जो चुने हुए जनप्रतिनिधि उनका अपमान हुआ। तो हमको लगता है कि उसके बाद ये अपेक्षित था कि नीतीश कुमार की पार्टी का कमान जो है वो ललन सिंह संभालें, और इस तरह से जो मैंने एक ललन सिंह के साथ एक ढंग से कहिए कि थोड़ा अन्याय भी हुआ, उसकी भरपाई कर रहे हैं।
All right, fascinating developments over there, but news is coming in from Jharkhand now. The Jharkhand government has decided to hand over investigations to the CBI to take over the probe into the death of Dhanbad Additional Session Judge Uttam Anand, who passed away following an alleged hit-and-run incident on Wednesday. The Supreme Court on Friday took suo motu cognizance of the murder of the Jharkhand judge, noting that it had wider ramifications, and directed the state's Chief Secretary and the Director General to file reports within a week. when it will be looking into the matter directly. The court also expressed worry over reports of attack on judicial officers and indicated it might seek reports from the concerned state governments as well. An SIT constituted also by the Jharkhand police has arrested 2 accused in the connection with the incident, and now the Jharkhand government handing over the case to the CBI.